Gear 4 is only 3,000, but the next step, which is the greater that I can use, is somewhere between 15 and 30,000. And the last one I saw on the market was 30,000. Right on, right on. Mind if I ask some questions? No! Engineer, go ahead. Yeah, well, that's why I'm going glacial to do slows to try to keep them within the fire blast, because now they've actually changed the meteor spell. Before it was like cast and it almost hit. Now it's like a 5-second spell. I would say it's only good in PvP, because it'll keep yourself alive, but when you're in PvG, you're always got to move. So I personally don't know. I only played with like the first tier, but I think it's more apt to be PvE oriented. It depends. Yeah, because you do get, you can get benefits like your armor choices to have interrupt resist. So your bar would go down a little bit, but they can completely interrupt you and it'll send your spells on a cooldown again, which could be 5 seconds to 20 seconds. Does Undead have people who are dedicated to crafting gatherers, and or does everyone sort of help out with it? Yes and no. We were supposed to have dedicated crafters and gatherers, and that was kind of the forethought before the alpha started. The core group has done that. We had a lot of rogue players that just did whatever they wanted. So we've cut a few loose. But if you want to be just a crafter or a gatherer, we could use you. Like, I can gather stones. I can do trees up to level 3. I can't do any cotton. The ore, I can do up to T5 ore. One of the other guys, all he does is trees. And we also have a spreadsheet to say, okay, you make the staves, you make the leather armor, you do this. Everybody kind of fits in a particular role. And of course, once we can get everybody solidified and the guild moving, then if you want to branch out and play and do whatever, you know, that's fine as well. But typically in the first week or two, it's most important to get your base up as high as possible. Everybody has to pitch in. We'll call a roll call to go get materials. We'll get a lot of people, but there's those one or twos that don't want to do it, so we end up getting rid of them. But yeah, we try to keep everybody, you know, doing what you want to do. If you wanted to gather, that's what you could do. We got some people who just want to fight, you know, so that's what they do. Unfortunately, they're always asking for gear and gear without, you know, giving back. But, you know, that's another thing that we'll have to address in the future. But yeah, when we need it, everybody pitches in. But people do have a select role, at least in this guild. All right. Still building our bases. Again, we just finished our GVG, got wiped, so we lost one of our territories. So we'll just... Well, if you miss the 20-second line, if you miss the 20-second circle, you know, you could get hit. Well, yeah, the ring flashes up for like 20 seconds, and then it disappears, and then the meteor hits. Alright, what do we got? Yeah. Alright, let's get some rocks. Chatting in a minute, you're getting food. We'll get me some, brother. I'm hungry. It has been a heated discussion in my guild for almost 2 weeks now, is why I'm asked. The powers that be want the crafters to do nothing but craft, little to none combat, but they don't want to say what people should do while waiting for materials to come in. Exactly. That's why we kind of created their spreadsheet. Like I said, we were really struggling for the first week or so because of the food issues. So we didn't do a lot of building up on our base. Now that those are especially when, you know, it was costing an arm and a leg for food, we were asking people not to craft. So we could just craft for, you know, GVGs or something like that. People were just going and crafting their own stuff anyway and using all our resources. So we put a lockdown on it, and we've had people bail and go to other guilds because we were too strict. But it's like, hey, we're barely making food, you know, to keep the territories, and you're wasting resources to make yourself silver. Go farm mobs and, you know, and sell, you know, resources on the auction house. You know, and you know that's what happened in the guild. You know, but we are trying to keep people focused on what they want to build or what they want to craft, just because they can get the masteries, and everything can be then a lot cheaper. And resource hogs and stuff like that, it'll be cheaper. Come on, I said get on my hole. Get on my horse. Get on my horse. Okay, I'm on my horse. But yeah, I think all guilds are doing that except for the super elite guilds. And of course they got, you know, 300 or 400 people, and they go, okay, we need 100 people to go get trees, and they just deforest the map. We have about 30 people. So you know, it's a little harder for us. You know, so definitely, you know, we had to change things around. But we also found out who our core members are in the guild. You know, every time you call an all-call to, you know, to help transport resources from a red zone, you know, you find out who comes. You know, you find out who's on TeamSpeak all the time to say who needs what, who wants to help. You know, but we still got some people that aren't doing that, and hopefully down the road we can correct that. Alright. Oh, Tay took off with all my 50 pieces of 5 leather that he can't use. Nice. Gathering more rocks. More rocks. This is the slow part of the game. Alright. Yeah, I know, right? How much leather 5 did you give him? And I gave him 57? Nice. Well, we know where that's going. Get off me, nerd. Get off me, nerd. Get off me. Stop eating my mule. Well, I thought he was going to craft me some armor, and then he said he couldn't, but he kept the stuff. So I guess he's leveling his skill. Alright. Yep, he'll be back tomorrow. No gear. No gear. No gear. Alright, got a couple of those right there. Put that there. Yeah, we need about 700 more. Nice, Russ. Dead. Die, little wolf. Poke you with an ice cube. Dang. Oh man, I'm so missing my greater staff. It does twice as much damage. Oh well. Oh well. We'll go over and get the rocks that we need to get. Out in the Boreland on our in Rockwall, Gathering Stone. I'm like right there. Yeah. Nice. Alright, the rocks I need should be over here. Nope. More GPS. You know he did. I thought we killed... No, we killed... I thought I killed at least 2. Oh. Alright.